This is my cloud integration tenant. And here I have my Google PubSub sender adapter. This one, the message protocol here is gRPC. So this means this is the listener version of it. If you would want to do the polling, then you get the message protocol. You can select it, and there it would be the rest. Here in connection, like I mentioned, here we have two types of authentication. So you could take the workload identity federation or OAuth2 service account and go further with it. And in the processing, you provide the ID of the project, the subscription ID, and what you want to do in case of post-processing. So acknowledge after successful processing, acknowledge immediately, or do not acknowledge. These are the options that you would have. And an additional duplicate check in case you won't want a duplicate check on the ID of the message. Looking at the receiver, similar connection properties here. In the processing, you would have the, like I mentioned, with subscriptions and topics, and here publish message is the most common one, which you would be using quite a lot. But along with that, there is also other possibilities to list all the topics that you might have. If you want to design a iFlow where this needs to be dynamic, then that is something that you can do. Additionally, while writing the messages, if you would want to add custom message attributes or so, you can add them here. So then, of course, all of this is also supported through the dynamic headers and properties. So you don't have to put the fixed information here. You could set them in the content modifier before, or do it through camel expressions, and all of that would work. Cloud storage. Here you would say this is REST-based. And similar details for the connection. For processing, you would need a bucket name. You would need the directory, file name. You can decide to include subdirectories while bringing in the files. The file name, of course, supports a complete pattern. So you could do with stars and with plus, and like all standard patterns are supported here. And you can, of course, provide how many max results would you want in one poll, along with the possibility of a duplicate check and additional post-processing options. Like, for example, you want to delete the file after you've read it, or you want to just keep it or archive it to another place. Then you also select that and provide additional information. Along with that, you have the possibility to do encryption. So with a custom key or, object encryption custom key, or with the destination object with custom key. So that is also a possibility that you have here. With the receiver, you would be having multiple options. So not only would you be able to just create a file, but you would also be, for example, with the folders, you would be able to do create, read, update, delete, rename. With the files or objects, you would be able to compose, create, delete, get list, patch, or rewrite. So all of these different options are possible. And here the content of the incoming stream here would be the content of your object. Okay, let's quickly look at the BigQuery before I take you to the demo. Here, different types of entities which are supported are data sets, job models, tables, table data, one of the most commonly used ones. And here you could do bulk inserts or insert all. All of that is supported as well. And then it's just like, just pick the right entity, provide the right information for it. And if you want to list, then you get back the information from Google BigQuery itself. Now, taking you to the demo quickly. So what I prepared as a simple demo for us to look at today is we said we would subscribe to Google PubSub. So what I did here, we took our own Google PubSub setup and we created a subscription. You would see here, this is gRPC based. So we create that subscription. And then after that, we would just subscribe to order create subscription for the topic order create. And we would, once we get that, we would just do two steps, simple steps. One of them would be to go to the Google Cloud storage and then just put the backup of the data there. And the second step would be to, for example, call, in this case, a backend CRM application, which would actually create an order for you and send you back a response, which then you can store it in another Google PubSub topic, which is the create order create response topic. So let me quickly do that in the background, put publish a message. So I have my publishing application open. I just published a message. Let's look in the logging. And you would see here at 16:23 CET, I have a new message coming into Google PubSub for this specific integration flow. Now, with this, let me quickly show you the background Google Cloud Storage bucket of ours. Let me refresh this. So this was the first step of the archiving. So if everything went okay, like the iFlow says, it's all green, I should have one message here, which just ran with the information that I just pushed towards it, right? So let's go look here. Let's download it and look at it. This is the JSON that I pushed, and this order ID 1537 was the one that I pushed towards it. So that you will see here incoming. Then if everything worked okay, I would also see the same here in the subscription of mine, because we said if everything goes okay, the order should be created and this should be updated. So let me pull the messages which are there from the subscription topic, and you would see this order ID. So order 1537 with a body with status order created successfully. Now let's look how we did that in the Google PubSub receiver. So you would see that here. What I also did is just to show you quickly how you can utilize the message attributes, and that's where we put the order ID. And we took it from the property of the incoming message and we passed it towards, which you can then validate also at the side of the Google Cloud, Google PubSub in the subscription. So with this, you see how fast it is. I just published the message. The subscription is already running. It's listening. The second you get the message, it comes here, kicks off the whole process, and executes multiple steps as you go through it. Yeah, so in short, that concludes my demo.